Shalom! You know, I'm sitting here outside. We're outside with the children. And we enjoy the weather. Even it's not so hot. This is cloudy. Thanks be to Jehovah that beautiful. It's not too hot. Myself, I'm wearing because you know, I'm so sensitive with freshness. And like with them, they are used. So myself, I am not used. So especially when there is a bit wind, so it's a bit fresh for me. And after that is I don't feel better. I don't feel well after that. So I always wear with my jacket. So today I have a topic to discuss. You know, sharing. You know, it's in my thoughts. You don't need to believe what I said. If there is something you can get from I'm going to read, and to have some thoughts, you can share yours, and it would be good to have idea from others also, their commentary, what is in the thought about this topic. So my topic today is we're gonna read from Exodus, or in Shemot 16 up to in the chapter 16. It is about the manna, the bread of life. Oh man, the bread from heaven, falling down from heaven. And this what. So I want to read this one, and I will share what I have. You know, I'm not I'm not prepared for this study. I just want to read and make some, you know, refreshing from my soul, because sometimes it's too much in the worldly life, affairs, in work. Too much for me is I don't even, you know, from all this studying from the worldly things, worldly stuff. So it really occupy my thoughts, and I don't want that. I am missing this this part of reading His Word and exchanging His thought. So I miss this during the Shabbat. Actually, we do it. We do, because we do always with my husband in the breakfast. We sit and talk. And it's not like the same when we are in the Philippines, because in the Philippines we used to study with our family there. We study every Shabbat, every morning. Even it's not Shabbat, we have some short study before we can start our daily course, you know, daily routine during the day. So now let's start to read the portion of this Torah, which is the bread from heaven. So it is chapter 16. I'm using this Bible, the Old King James Renewed King James Version, because I like this Bible of mine, because it's an old one, but I have a lot of you know, reference from this what I studied since 2006. So I have some many notes about and the Torah, and sometimes it's good to remember. So now I'm going to read this one about the topic of the bread from heaven. And they, the children of Israel, journeyed from Elim, and all the congregation of the children of Israel came to the wilderness of Sin, which is between Elim and Sinai, on the 15th day of the second month, after they departed from the land of Egypt. Then the whole congregation of the children of Israel complained against Moshe and Aaron in the wilderness. And the children of Israel said to them, "Oh, that we had died by the hand of Jehovah in the land of Egypt, when we sat by the pots of meat, and when we eat bread to the full. For you have brought us out into the wilderness to kill this whole assembly with hunger." Then Jehovah said to Moshe, "Behold, I will rain bread from heaven for you, And the people shall go out and gather a certain quota every day, that I may test them whether they will walk in my Torah or not. And it shall be on the 6th day that they shall prepare what they bring in, and it shall be twice as much as they gather daily. And in the morning you shall see the glory of Jehovah, for he hears your complaints against Jehovah. But what we are that you complain against us? Also Moses said, this shall be seen with Jehovah gives you meat to eat in the evening, and in the morning bread to the full. For Jehovah hears your complaints which you make against him. And what are we? Your complaints are not against us, but against Jehovah. Then Moses spake to Aaron, say to all the congregation of children of Israel, come near before Jehovah, for he has heard your complaints. Now it came to pass, as Aaron spoke to the whole congregation of the children of Israel, that they looked toward the wilderness, and behold, the glory of Jehovah appeared in the cloud. And Jehovah spoke to Moses, saying, I have heard the complaints of the children of Israel. Speak to them, saying, at twilight you shall eat meat, and in the morning you shall be filled with bread. And you shall know that I am Jehovah your Elohim. So it was the quails came up at evening, and covered the camp, and in the morning the dew lay all around the camp. And when the layer of dew lifted there on the surface of the wilderness, was a small round substance, as fine as frost on the ground. So when the children of Israel saw it, they said to one another, What is it? For they did not know what it was. And Moses said to them, This is the bread which Jehovah has given to eat. This is the thing which Jehovah has commanded. Let every man gather it according to each one's need. 1 omer for each person according to the number of persons. Let every man take those who are in his tent. Then the children of Israel did so, and gathered some more, some less. So when they measured it by omers, he who gathered much had nothing left over, and he who gathered little had no lack. Every man had gathered according to each one's need. And Moses said, Let no one leave any of it till morning. But notwithstanding, they did not heed Moshe, but some of them left part of it until morning, and it bred worms and stank. And Moses was angry with them, so they gathered it every morning, every man according to his need. And when the sun became hot, it melted. And so it was on the 6th day that they gathered twice as much bread, 2 omers for each one. And all rulers of the congregation came and told Moshe. Then he told them, This is what Jehovah said, Tomorrow is Shabbat, rest, a holy Sabbath to Jehovah. Bake what you will bake today, and boil what you will boil, and lay up for yourselves all that remains to be kept until morning. So they laid it up until morning, and so Moshe commanded, and it did not stink, nor were there any worms in it. Then Moses said, Eat that today, for today is Shabbat to Jehovah. Today you will not find it in the field. 6 days you shall gather it, but on the 7th day, the Jehovah, there will be none. Now it happened that some of the people went out on the 7th day to gather, but they found none. And Jehovah said to Moshe, How long do you refuse to keep the commandments of my Torah? See, for Jehovah has given you the Shabbat, therefore he gives you on the 6th day bread for 2 days. Let every of this place on the 7th day. So people rested on the 7th day, and the house of Israel called its name Manna. And it was like white coriander seed, and the taste of it was like waters made with honey. Then Moses said, This is the thing which Jehovah commanded. Fill an omer with it to be kept for your generation, that they may see the bread with which I fed you in the wilderness, when I brought you out of the land of Egypt. And Moses said to Aaron, Take a pot and put an omer of manna on it, and lay it before Jehovah to be kept for your generation. And Jehovah commanded Moses, so Aaron let it up before testimony to be kept. The children of Israel ate manna 40 years until they came to an inherited land. They ate manna until they came to the border of land Canaan. Now an omer is 1/10 of an ephah. Hallelujah. That was I was reading. Okay. So the bread the manna, what Elohim send, give them during the week. Only, if we can read here, they were complaining, you see. Then the whole congregation of the children was complained against Moshe in the wilderness. You see, the children of Israel didn't have enough. Their flesh is really sucking them. They had forget what Jehovah did for them when they were still in Egypt, crying for deliverance. And the same today. People are still hungry. Then they go their own ways. You don't eat the bread today, the Torah. The Torah is not being taught in many assemblies today. Nobody teach and read for that. Many teach doctrines. So I will not go to this topic about that. But if you can see well that, if you can understand that the children of Israel is complaining. The commandment of Jehovah said to pick every day, which is enough. You see? Kung unsa ray igo sa usa ka adlaw nga imong makaon. But you know what they are saying to Elohim? Elohim bring them in the wilderness to kill them. This what is their interpretation. You know why? Because they're always thinking of their stomach, the flesh, the food. And they never think about to trust Jehovah for the good way that they are supposed to go. The promise Elohim made for them. It's sad to say that. It's very sad. Okay, so, you know, if you see this attitude of the children of Israel, we can mirror from that ourselves. Ourselves is them, our forefather. What they think is always food. Food to satisfy their flesh. Not with the interest of Elohim. You just take what fits to them, you know, comfort to them. And the same today. People only come just for their comfort zone. Because the Egypt was been plagued by Jehovah. And they come with them they follow Moshe. And today the same. Many follow Yeshua. But they remain in their comfort zone. They are not free. They are not free from their past. You know, when we are Elohim called us and to Mashiach, to Yeshua Mashiach, the life is not the same. It is written. Shaul said that you are no more in our old person. We are now renewed in Mashiach. But how can we renew it if we don't learn from what our forefather's behavior, how to live? That is a problem today. And I feel sad because nothing's changed. Nothing has changed. You know, to be alone, to be isolated with your friends before, and now Elohim has brought you in the place that you have nobody, but only to trust Him. Because if we look in our life back from our past, of course we say we don't regret that from our past. Of course, it's a souvenir it's a remembrance, you know. No, it's just it's a good time from days. But when Jehovah called us and leading us for, because the promise Jehovah said to us is to the promised land. And this is us. And in my understanding, this is the Jerusalem above, Those people whose children of Jehovah who walk in the Spirit. We may in the isolated places, we have our challenges in life. but we grow from our challenges. We have different challenge individually, different encounter in our life that we have to face and how to handle. The simple question, the simple things we have just to do is to trust Jehovah. I know it's not an easy, it is not an easy act because we are fighting. Our fight is our flesh. Our flesh always to worry what will be in the future, you know. We never think that it's like we are thinking Yuva is what kind of Elohim is he that he will put us to, you know, into a sad place, sad to go. And this is why we're looking back to Egypt. I feel better there because I have my friends, I have my comfort zone, I have my assembly there. You see? I have my friends, my family. If you see Abraham was he go forward. He asked his father if he can come with him, but his father decided to stay, the comfort zone, and he didn't follow Abraham. Only Abraham listened to Elohim. And what does Abraham? He just go with his family. And how about us? When Jehovah called us, you know, because you know the test is here. Jehovah said, if you read here, he's talking about manna, the manna, the food. The food we have now is the Torah, and this is what Yeshua said when the Satan tried to test him or to tempt him. This is gihatag sa iya, or it was given to him. Bow down to me and I will give you. But what does Yeshua said? Man shall not live by bread alone, but every word of Jehovah. This is, if you remember that. We don't live by natural bread, but we live by the word of Jehovah. When we have the word of Jehovah, the Torah, you know, it gives you, if we are trained for that, to trust in every single of His word, to trust Him, then, what does He said in Proverbs? It is, if we read in Proverbs 3, here. Trust Jehovah with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways, acknowledge Him, and He shall direct your paths. You see, we should always to give thanks to Elohim, to acknowledge Elohim's goodness sa atong journey aning kinabuhi in our life. We should be thankful, acknowledge Him. Thanks Jehovah for leading us this life, and not to look back all this religion we have, all what is a comfort zone we have, you know, our family, our friends, you know, our assembly. This is because this is what He said here. He said here. Jehovah said to Moshe, behold, I will rain bread from heaven for you, and then shall people go out and gather a certain quota every day, that I may test them whether they will walk in my Torah or not. You see? I will test them. How does Jehovah test us? He tests us with what is enough, and not to go more, you know, enough. For everyday portion, what we need. We don't need more, because Jehovah tomorrow He will provide. It's not easy. It's not easy when you have your own children, you have no job. What will you feed for your children? What you will feed if you have nothing? You know, I don't know how to figure out, because I don't know how to figure out this situation, because this is really a fight between our flesh, especially when you have children. What you will think for your children, what you will give food for your children. So this is a challenge. I don't know what will be, but so far, when we are together with my husband, he was providing. Nothing's in the table is always there, food to eat, and we're happy for that. We are contented. But you know, the children of Israel, what they did, Jehovah said, in the sixth day, on the sixth day, they must double portion, get a double portion of the manna. Why? For that, so that on the Shabbat, in the Shabbat, they will have not to pick, but what is from yesterday. But the people, they took more, and it becomes spoiled. You know why? Because of our thinking for tomorrow. We don't listen to Elohim. He said, just keep what is what we need. You don't need to put for what is tomorrow. You know, it's not easy, huh? Because today, if you think when we work, we have to put by side something. We put by side something so that we have something for the future, you know? It's not easy, huh? So it's a challenge in life, of course. But I'm talking now for the food here. You see, the children of Israel, they don't have enough. They want to have more. And this is how we are today, because they're looking for meat. I miss the meat. You see, can we just beat our flesh and say, shut up, you can wait, you can eat later? You see, because sometimes we are craving from what is our use or habits. We have habits. And I was experiencing that when the first time I came here. Food is not the same in the Philippines. That every day you eat rice. But here I have to eat salad, you know. Your tummy must remain. You have to train your tummy. So you know, the children of Israel, this is what we should mirror ourselves, to look at ourselves. This is Jacob said, to look at ourselves, because our flesh is really sucking us. He's the one who make us corrupt. Instead to love Jehovah and to keep His commandments. The commandments is not just to not to eat the unclean food, the feast. It's not just that. There are moral laws there. And most of the time, if you see the children of Israel, it is their attitude, what Jehovah is testing them. Because they are so concerned of their tummy, their flesh. I'm hungry. Jehovah brought us here to make us die. Jehovah brought us here. No water. You see? Always complain. Instead to wait. We are in the wilderness. Let's wait upon Jehovah what He will give us. But the tummy is scratching. I'm hungry. You see, this is the same today. Our flesh wants to go our own ways. I want to go that, I want to go there, I have to plan that. You know? And this is difficult. We hope we can learn from this topic concerning this bread of life. It's a lot to discuss. But to show you that we should not be like our father. We should learn from that and change our ways. Because it's really sad, you know. We should beat our flesh, because our flesh is really, it's not pleasing to Elohim. This Shaul said, the carnal mind cannot please Elohim. the carnal mind and the spirit man is contrary, they're enemy to one another, and it doesn't, Elohim doesn't, he doesn't please of this our carnal behavior. He wants us to trust and be patient. That is a simple word to say. You know, I had the experience. I want to share with you my experience when lately my husband was in the hospital. I was alone. I cannot drive. I have to tell my director I cannot work for 1 week because my husband is in the hospital, and I have to look at my children. I am alone in this isolated place here, and what can I do? I had all this worry inside. What shall I do? What I am doing? What will be? You know, the flesh, the mind was really working so much to make me worry. Until one day I said, because I have no anybody here to help me to bring to the hospital to visit my husband. He has no even clothes to wear there, change clothes, nothing, no cell phone. He's really in fasting for everything. And we are here. We are alone with my children. Of course, everybody is sad because you know, one is not there. Is already everybody is missing. So this is why my mind was working so much. What I will do, I'm thinking for the future. What will be? All these questions. So I try to tell myself, stop that. You have to trust Jehovah and wait upon Him, and not to feel worried about that. Just do what He has need, because He saw you what's going on. He saw you. He sees what's going on with you, in your family. So don't worry about that. This is I try to change my thoughts, because if not, if I don't think about that, what will be with? You know what I'll do in the room? I will just I was stuck there, and we just go to the table and eat because everybody is worried. Of course, the children they don't react like so that they always feel sad always, but they see that they are sad. But myself, I was just in the bedroom laying, thinking and worrying. But one day I said I have to change this thought, to switch on it, because if I always think for that, it can destroy myself and my children also. My children will be affected. So what I did, okay, forget that guardian, and you have to move and do something, and Yuva knows, he see what's going on. So what's happened? My colleague called me, oh guardian, what do you think? I can bring you in the hospital with your children. And she was offering me to see my husband. So, and that was you know, I give thanks because Jehovah has, you know, if you wait Jehovah, He answer you. If you trust Him, I cry because it's true. Suddenly my colleague told me I can bring you to the hospital, and after that we come back home. So from the situation of my husband, I thought that there will be an operation for him, checking on his situation, but suddenly it turns nothing, because they planned to have operation, but we said no. Whatever comes, Jehovah knows. We stand for that, and we have stand. And after that, they said it was nothing. It was nothing. It was just the pain in the beginning, and after that, it's nothing. So everything backs to when we trust Jehovah, then everything take place. He's the one who will work. You will stop to work. You're thinking yourself. Try to find a solution. It will not work because you have no way. You're helpless. So you try to plan something. No, forget that. Just live what is by day, and Jehovah see that. And the same in the wilderness. You have to live day by day. What is in Jehovah provide you. So everything after that, 1 week from the hospital, then my husband come back. And myself, I care. I don't care if I don't have job. I don't have. What can I do? I cannot force myself to leave my children here alone, because it's not far. My workplace is not far from my house. No, but I cannot do that. My family is first. So this was really challenging to me, and I was happy because when we trust Jehovah 100%, then He is the one who will do for you. He is the one who will work for you. You don't worry anything. Because the time when I switch my thought, then I said, you care, and I will do what I have to do. Today we're here. I can do nothing in the situation. And for him, then a miracle happened. Nothing inside, and he is free. So this is why when we trust Jehovah, He will do it for you. And He said, turn to me and I will turn to you. But if we just working hard with ourselves, then it's very heavy. It's heavy, very heavy. It can even kill yourself, because you get crazy thinking here, working in your carnal mind. But once when you trust Jehovah, what does He said? Do not be wise in your own eyes. Fear Jehovah and depart from evil. It will be health to your flesh and strength to your bones. You see? Health to your flesh and strength to your bones. You will not be full of stress. Wala na imong stress to think sa imong mga problema. So that was I can give example. So that was the latest. I can share you my testimony. As long as we're here on this top of the world of earth, you cannot avoid any challenges in life. So we continue to trust Jehovah in our life and be faithful towards Him, because He is the one who lead us in this walk until the coming back of our Mashiach. So thanks for watching, and may you learn something from this. Learning the bread, the manna Jehovah sent us. Our manna today is through Yeshua. We believe Yeshua and the Torah. And our forefather believed Moshe as a Mashiach, and the commandments, the direct commandments to Jehovah. So it's the same. He's yesterday, today, and for yesterday, today, forever. He's the same. Nothing's new. This is in Ecclesiastes. Solomon said that nothing's new under the sun. So don't think that this doesn't change. That what changed is all, the world's many changes, because it's Satan who build up those things. But the inner man doesn't change. We have in Mashiach, the spirit of Mashiach. So thanks for watching, and may Jehovah bless you, and hello, bye bye.